All right, guys, coming up in today's video, we're going to find out why the big developers, the big players, are leaving Toronto's hot market. Stay tuned. All right, Michael James back here, guys, and like I said, today's video, we're talking about why the big players, developers, are leaving Toronto, and it all comes down to fundamentals of supply and demand. And what's been happening is, although, basically vacant land in the last 5 years has tripled. And this is obviously due to the fact that housing continues to go up, there's a demand, and because of that, obviously, land value, vacant land becomes extremely valuable to someone buying it. Now, developers have money, obviously. They have no problem paying top dollar for land as long as they can build and resell and that the buyers pay for the end result. So they get their margin and then they're on to the next project. Now, what's happened, obviously, this year we have the detached and low density is struggling compared to the condo market in Toronto. And what's happened is, although they're deep discounting and giving heavy incentives for buyers, they're not selling out all their properties because right now you have new construction homes and townhomes around $1.2 million, which is extremely high because it's up 21% from last year. Now, what's happened here is with our Ontario New Growth Plan, there is a little over 17,000 hectares available for residential construction, which is extremely low compared to the 100,000 hectares that the Ontario government thinks that there is. Now, what's happened here is they're restricted, obviously, the land that they can build. So it's causing, obviously, the supply is shrinking, which creates demand, and obviously prices get increased. Now, what's happened here, like I said, developers have money. They have no problem paying even twice as much as that, as long as there's a margin to make their money. With increase in construction, inflation, it's causing developers, like I said, when they sit on inventory, there's no point in obviously buying anymore. Now, what's going to happen is, obviously, if you restrict the builders from building, what's going to happen is they're not going to build, for one. That's going to the new construction price is going to keep going up, and then when there's less inventory on that side, the resale market is going to continue to go up, right? Because people that can't afford are going to start to buy up the houses because they're going to have to move somewhere, and that's going to increase that market. So what the government's already doing, because some of the developers now are saying, look, we can't really build here, we're leaving. And they're going to the US, Florida, Texas, because at some point you got demand down there and you want to see how loyal a starving dog gets, take away their food and see what happens. And now the big problem is, some people are like, oh, there's always going to be new players coming into the market. Not necessarily, because big players, like Canada's not really, they don't give a lot of incentives for new business. It's actually across all the sectors of our businesses up here, there's like 3 major players. And they monopolize the market, and it makes it very difficult for new people to come into it and take market share. This is seen all across the board. Look at so many companies exactly like Wynn came into this market and instantly regretted it based on what they're finding out with how the policies and the government is run. So, what's happened though is the forecast for new builds for 2019 is actually, it's going to be 13% less than what it is 2017. And like I said, as the population grows, economy grows, you're going to want to build more, not less. So it's going to create a big problem. And because of that, the government now is looking to open up some new parcels to build on. So it's something you got to watch because it will affect the resale market moving forward. I thought it was very interesting. Like, share, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.